my sense is that we need to go back to that split and redeem that split between spirit and matter, which means very simply to make a relationship again with the sacred within ourselves and within creation. And it is strangely, in today's spiritual world, it is kind of acknowledged that we have to make a relationship to the sacred within ourselves, to find our own soul. This has become, if you like, part of our contemporary spiritual culture or heritage, is to redeem our own soul, find the sacred within ourselves, work with the light of our own spirituality. But that isn't enough, because it's what has been done to the earth that we are inheriting. And we have to make a relationship with the sacred within creation, with the soul of the world. There was an ancient tradition which said that our soul, the light of our soul, is just a spark in the light of the world soul. The world soul is actually nourished, is actually by the light of our own soul. That is, and if, as we stopped acknowledging that, so the light of the world soul receded. So it is going back to a relationship, something that really belongs to the feminine. And traditionally, of course, women carry this spark of divine light in their bodies in a way that men don't, for example. It belongs to the mystery of the feminine, the mystery of creation, that relationship between spirit and matter, how the world was created out of spirit. And we need to heal that relationship to make life sacred again. I firmly believe that only if we make life sacred again can the outer situation be healed, because you can't heal the body if the soul is sick. This is simple holistic medicine. You can deal with the symptoms, you can try to deal with the symptoms. But if the soul of a human being is sick, if the soul of a human being is dying, you can give it all the chemotherapy you like. It won't heal it. And the soul of our world is sick. The soul of our world is dying because we have treated it so badly. And yet, at the same time, that its very pain is a calling out to us. Just as when your soul is sick, it calls out. Many of you have heard that call, have responded to that call. For many people, their spiritual quest begins as a response to the call of their soul, that it needs you. It needs you to pay attention. It needs you to make your life sacred. It needs you to learn to listen to your soul, to make a relationship to your soul. This is what for many of us spiritual practice is, to make a relationship to our soul. I would just take it one step further and say, but we are part of the world soul, and the world soul needs us. It needs us to make a relationship with it. It needs us to look towards it, to make a connection between what is divine within us and what is divine within creation. It needs us to bring back this sacred substance back into life from our own soul, our own prayers, our own devotion. It is, of course, far too simple for economists and politicians who think the world needs elaborate plans to be saved. I'm a mystic, so I believe that the world needs the grace of God to be saved. And I actually believe that human beings can be the conveyors of the grace of God. It is part of the great spiritual mystery of a human being, that through a human being, the divine God can make a connection. Grace can come through a human being. And it is our responsibility to make that connection with the soul of the world, with this invisible inner presence that actually gives meaning to all of existence. It's not just the tigers who are dying, the elephants who are dying because people poach them for their ivory. It's not just the rivers that are becoming toxic or the fish that are dying. It is the soul that is dying. And it's the soul that needs our attention.